Getting some birch?
Yeah. We got our fire starter. I think I'll put it up here so it doesn't get sweated up in my pocket.
Alright, we're in the woods again. I got my pops with me here. It is like the last day of February. Temps are supposed to reach almost 30 degrees today. Plenty of sunshine. So the plan is to just do some snowshoeing. We went out yesterday on the property, the private land, and tested it out a little bit, and now we're out here today on National Forest.
Yeah, it started at about 2 degrees this morning. It's a little windier today, but we're down in a hole now, so it's really nice. There's not much wind. You can hear it in the trees, but it's just gorgeous.
This is the same location as my last overnight video called like Wisconsin Wilderness Camping, but it's the same area. So we're going in. It's kind of a boreal forest, evergreen forest, and there's a spring, a lake spring that turns into a creek, and we're gonna try to go and find it. So this is just an old road. It's not plowed out at all. We're hiking down the road, and then eventually we're gonna cut off the road and just go through the forest.
Yeah, we got about 30 inches of snow in the forest. It's more in low areas and a little less on hilltops. But the snowshoes are working big. It's a big deal. You wouldn't want to move around without them.
Yep, so I got these military surplus snowshoes. I just got them, and he's got some tubs.
Yeah, but I modified them. I cut that front part that goes on the toe off and just come over the top here, and that's working better.
So the plan today is do a little navigation with the map and compass, snowshoe through the forest, and make a little fire and have some lunch and head out.
And if we get lost, you just head south and you hit the Gulf of Mexico. Sooner or later.
I'm already getting sweaty. It's kind of windy today. There's some wind. So it's cold when you're just standing around, but as soon as you start moving, start heating up. So I'll zip my coat down. So, well,
off we go.
Okay, so here's the map of the area. We parked here. This is a highway. We actually parked here and then walked in, and right now we're at this intersection. So we're coming this way and going up. And this is the spring I was talking about, and the creek coming up. So this is just an old forest road. This is, I guarantee, not a road. These are old logging roads, generally speaking. So what we got to do is, we're at this intersection, we're going to follow it east, and we'll follow this around. We'll use the shape of the road here. So once we make this turn and then turn back, we'll start looking to cut north. But I want to go in here. This is where I camped.
Oh.
This is my trail.
Okay. Yeah, you can.
All right.
Whoa, look at this. Holy cow. She's deep. Look at that. 3 feet for sure.
It's not very far away. Ooh. Hope you brought your sled.
Yeah, we got keg over here. Just slide down
On your belly. Yep, that's kind of why I didn't want to come out on the end of it. Feast your eyes on that.
Wow. Here's the workout. There she be.
You survived back there?
Yeah. I think I'm young.
Woo! Beautiful opening. You do some sunbathing out here.
You can feel the wind now.
Yeah. How's the ice feel?
Huh? Soft on top.
Is it ice?
Good. But find out. Just gotta be careful for springs. You might be able to tell.
Down there looks like.
Might be, eh?
I think it originates down there,
The headwaters.
and the creek flows out that way. So that's, I'm guessing, where the ground spring is.
That was deep snow. Pines on the horizon over there. Probably 70 years ago they planted them. They're big.
Where's the cedar?
There's cedar there and there's cedar all right there.
The furthest,
Yeah.
rightmost
Just on the
evergreen
left, right
tree on that
here.
point.
These are tamaracks with no needles.
Tamaracks, evergreen that lose their needles.
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, that's all cedar here. I'm sure the deer haven't browsed 5 feet up. Ooh, we got some dry stuff here, John. Perfect.
Got a new folding silky saw. This dead tree,
Yeah.
right?
Where's that pole that you had? I'm gonna need that. Perfectly. Here we go. Better. Don't get your hand too close to your saw blade. I've been with a few guys that didn't go well. So I got this little Y and I'm gonna lay these across it. So we got something to build a fire on. Enough for a little fire anyway. Wouldn't last too long, but got some dead stuff here. All right, there we go. This we could use for firewood. This is nice and brittle, John. Yeah.
Sorry.
This is nice and brittle. There. Now we got a nice dry base. Here, let's put one here. Put one here. And we'll start our fire right in the middle. Now we'll get some real small stuff. I'm gonna just put it on the side here. Keeping it out of the snow. Best you can. Got the nice crack. You're looking for that nice pop.
You want to try to
what?
baton something?
Huh? I think we got enough right here. Oh, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, use that other one for a baton. Nice. Keep it out of snow. Lean them up. Here, let's see if I can do it right here.
Well, you can destroy your thing.
I don't think so. We'll see.
Let me cut you another one.
Okay. Look at that, eh? Sweet. That's a baton. That's a baton.
Striker?
Yeah. Get your high carbon, back of your knife.
That's all I got.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna practice first. Trying to get a spark. Okay, it's a little tough to get one off of this, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a nice sharp edge right there. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna hold the knife here and pull back so I'm not just knocking my fire tinder pile apart. But it's all about getting a good spot on the striker here. I got a high carbon piece with my striker, but I left it in the truck. So I have a lighter, of course, but gotta get this in one. Nope, no spark. There was smoke. Dang. There was smoke. Try again. Nope. There we go. Let the wind stop a little bit. Here. We'll block the wind a little. I wish I had my striker, John. Yeah, this one's not working.
Yeah, so that's why I just
There we got her.
strike.
We got her. Okay. A lot of those didn't get a strike.
Take your stuff if you want that.
Alrighty. We got that. We got a little bigger ones on there. There be fire. But luckily, John reminded me as we were walking in, birch bark. You get citified and you forget about that stuff. You look for firewood, you look for birch bark, and things like that. It's a game changer without birch bark though. So you see it walking in, you gotta grab it. You don't know, there's no birch right here. So that's a big deal. All right, we're pretty good, John. Woo, there. Woo, that was good. Fire. What do you got for lunch, John? Whew.
All right, I got a ham and cheese pudgy pie. And the pie iron I carried out, it's just bread, ham, and cheese. And then you squeeze it down. So I'm gonna throw this on the fire right now.
That's John's lunch, and this is mine.
What do you got for lunch?
I got spotted cow. You
Wisconsin
want to share my
beer?
lunch with me?
Maybe.
Booyah! I got 4 of them. Pond? I wonder if there's trout in the pond.
Show you that.
Huh?
That's
I
why
like
I
it.
dragged you out here.
John picked this spot. I like it. Very squatchy. Oh yeah. That's nice. Yeah, I'm trying for the 1 strike fire. I had the tinder right, but I just didn't get a good spark off the striker. I did my first strike. I did have a little smoke coming up, but it didn't take. Well, John, all I can say is trudging through this deep snow, building a fire here and having a little liquid lunch.
Yeah.
There's no place in the world I'd rather be than right here. No place. Not on a beach. Right here. This is nice. It's in the blood. And it was a workout. I was having second thoughts when we got off that road back here. It's like, holy cow, I hope that pond comes up quick. It's just over the hill behind us, but we had to get out of the wind up here. But yeah, there's no place I'd rather be than right here. This is awesome.
There's the lunch.
So John's got these, and I notice when he walks, I have the tubs. These are actually wider at the foot, but I have to walk with my feet spread apart and my poles out. Where I'm watching him walk in front of me, and as he steps, this one comes over the top and nests just like that. And then this one comes and nests just like that. He's not even spreading his legs. It nests. They have wonderful weatherproof straps and metal buckles. I'm really liking these. These got solid bottoms with cleats, which help on hills. And this is cable, waxed cable. So that actually works as it presses into the snow. It helps from not sliding also going uphill, even though there's no cleats. I haven't noticed the difference between me and him climbing hills, but I really like the way these nest as he walks. Where mine, I have to keep my feet wide with the tubs. They're good. They last a long time, but I did cut the fronts off of them and just strap over the top of the boot. Works much better. And then we'll use one of these for a shovel to put our fire out.
Oh, I want my coat.
Yeah, the wind's picking up.
Yeah, we're stopped moving.
Woo! fire out so we can tend it for a few minutes?
Yeah, clean up camp. Pack out of here.
Here's our shovel. There. Now we'll hang out for a bit and make sure it's out. Between the snow and the air, we're fine.
Yeah, I kind of figured, you know, a nice little lightweight camp would just be like a silky song and a big night like this.
Yeah. Looking good. Goodbye, fire. You are done. We got a trail to walk out. Nice.
Ready? You got everything?
Yeah, double check. It's good. Left the breadcrumbs for the birds. Nice.
This is nice walking now. Can't forget you guys. You didn't have that orange hat on. I wouldn't have seen you. It's really nice to walk on the trail that we just made. Super easy. Breaking trail is just the hardest because you still sink through the snow halfway. We got 20 inches of snow. You're going in 10 inches even with snowshoes. So that's the hardest part, but once you get that busted up and you get to that point where it's solidifies, it's pretty easy to walk.
Oh dear. Nice. Couple of those. Yeah, you're okay. You don't have to run. Look at him. Awesome. Well, another quarter mile, we're back up to the road.
That's gonna be it for us today.
But it's nice walking on your trail. Coming out, it's less work.
So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more stuff like it, hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you guys on the next adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, walking behind somebody's pretty nice. Yeah, you almost have to do like your stalking where you get like all your weight down.
Yeah.
And then shift your weight and then pick up your foot.
Hell the difference from a deer trail though.
Yeah.
Stay on the deer trail and don't sink down very much. So, John.
Yeah.
You always got to keep your head up when you're walking because of this. Watch. Because you never know when somebody will do this.
And then what? I'm supposed to walk right into the tree because I'm following you?
And then you'll walk into the tree. Look at the beds here too on these hills.
Yeah, these hills.
Yeah.
You're on mute.
You're on mute?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Because you were acting like you were talking.
Oh. So, I've read there's more vitamin C in pine needles than there is in an orange. All the old timers that died of scurvy, they didn't have any vitamin C. All they ate was rabbit. So, to get your vitamin C, you gotta do what the deer do.
There's some big birch, that one especially.
Oh yeah. Big ones. Well, I'll tell you the story of my giant basswood over here. About that big around that I cut for my sawmill, safety-wise. I picked it out, I notched it accordingly. Off she went, and I was off a little bit, and she hung up in a maple about this big around, and that thing was like this, and that maple was just bent. It's like, oh, Widowmaker. And every time I get a bad situation, I leave it and I come back the next day, because when you sleep on it, it helps. You think about it half the night. How am I going to get that down without getting killed? And then I remembered strapping the leaner, because when that tree's leaning with pressure on it, you start cutting, it jackknifes, and that's what kills a lot of guys. So what I did was, I came back the next day in the morning, and I put a big yellow strap around the tree about this high, the leaner underneath that big basswood right over my head. And then I started cutting below the strap, and once that tree tries to split, it can't go anywhere. You can use a chain or a strap. And then I dug the teeth in the John Sered, and I just, every time I heard a crack, I'd run. I had an escape route, I'd run. I left the saw right there. I can buy a new saw. But I would feather it in one-handed like that. I'd hear a crack, run. I did that about 5 times. And then I seen the tree tried to split, but my strap held it from splitting. Because that split, if you're behind it at all, and sometimes they'll split sideways and hit you. But I finally got her, and I heard some cracking, and off I went, and the maple went over, and the big basswood hit the ground. And I hauled her over to the sawmill. So It reminded me of that story I had to tell you. But safety-wise, if you got leaners, even if there's no pressure on them, if they're leaning on a hill, strap them. Always strap it and cut below. Put your V-notch in and let her go. And that'll prevent any kind of a separation of that trunk.
And that was just in here?
Yeah, that was right here. That pine, that's the top of the maple right there yet. Yeah, that was, but sleep on it. I found that to work real well for me. Sleep on it and think about it and how you're going to get it down without getting killed.
I suppose we go back, okay? Take a break.
Yeah, go ahead. Switch off.
Yeah, it's certainly hard work, but following somebody makes it a lot easier. If you just switch
Even a
off.
deer trail. Even getting on a deer trail. It's
Yeah,
like,
you can
wow,
feel
you
where
don't
it's-
get half as much if you can come on stage. There may be deer back up here. We're lucky to have a cabin in northern Wisconsin. Middle of nowhere, way back in the forest. If you love the outdoors, this is the place to be. Not a lot of deer around. There's no agricultural, but hunting's just camaraderie anyway. Eat good and drink too much. What a beautiful day. Oh my gosh. You wouldn't think 10 degrees out would be a beautiful day, but it's a beautiful day.
Tomorrow's supposed to be the same,
Yeah.
even warmer.
There's almost 30 inches of snow on the ground. I shoveled the roof off once, and there's now another 20 inches for sure up there. But it keeps you busy. I'm 63, I think. Yeah. And I got more to do up here than I can care to imagine. Always got a project. Cutting wood, splitting wood. Heck, just shoveling's a full-time job when you come up. Spent 2 days shoveling.
Yeah, winter's hard.
Yeah, it's tough. Used to not be able to get in here in the winter, but now we have my dad's Kubota, small Kubota after he passed away, and so now we can plow the road. Yeah, it didn't cost us much for the land years ago, and building the cabin, junk picked used windows, and some of them don't open, but we got a wood burner in there and it's nice and warm. So I didn't put a whole lot into the cabin back then. That was when lumber was cheap. Now I can't imagine what it would cost. And then about 10 years later, the price of land doubled. So we got real lucky there. So you're going for a hike tomorrow? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm going.
Are you? Middle of nowhere. Yeah, she's deep. You get in a swamp, you're gonna have all of 36 inches underground in the low areas. Gosh, that time we went through that swamp backpacking, Danny and I, friend of mine, unbelievable. We took a shortcut through a swamp. Big mistake. We were laughing so hard. We had snow this deep. We actually had to crawl to break trail. We were like swimming in the snow trying to break trail because the road made a big loop, and we thought, oh, it'll be much faster if we just do this. No. Man, that was crazy. That was the most snow I've ever seen in my life years ago when we were younger. We would hitchhike, get picked up by truckers to go backpacking in northern Wisconsin. Can you imagine doing that today?
That's crazy.
I don't know if you can still hitchhike.
I don't think anyone will pick you up.
No one will pick you up now. Yeah. Then we ate all our food the first day. And then we had a snowstorm in a little nylon tent, and it didn't breathe. We were soaked. I burnt my sorrel liners up. They burst into flames after they dried out by the campfire. And they were black. Oh, and did they stink, that felt from the liners. And I still had to put them, that's all I had. So I still put them in my boots and wore those black, crusty, stinky things out to get the heck out of here.
What were you guys doing?
We were just backpacking for a few days.
Camping for the night or?
Nah, it was about 3 days. We got dropped off at a friend's cabin, and from there we can't remember how we got in there. And then we walked out and we hitchhiked back to town. 130 miles back, a trucker let us sit in the cabin. Threw our backpacks in his back, and he was happy to have company. I don't know, probably 15, 16.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like in high school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Tell your parents, oh, I'm going hitchhiking, backpacking. Okay, have a good time.